Hello and welcome. This is Dr. Melissa Wright from leadersoftheheart.com. And this is the first video in my new series that I'm calling Your Divine Time. And these videos are really just a weekly moment for you to reflect on your own journey, to reflect on how you're living your life from your heart. So what matters to me in my life and in my business is that I live my life from my heart. So it matters so much to me that I live from my heart that I've actually developed my whole business around living from your heart. That's why I've called it leadersoftheheart.com. So I help women to become leaders of their own hearts, to live their lives from their own place of authentic truth within. So I help them to connect with their core essence so that they can wake up to who they really are, understand what their life purpose is, and then live that with effortless grace and ease and confidence and flow and everything that comes from being able to really access your truth within. So this video is all about feeling spiritually insecure, and I'm sure that this happens to the best of us. So when I was a little girl, I used to pray and pray and pray to God, please talk to me. And I felt like if God spoke to me, it would mean that I was like really connected. You know, I was having that absolute like real communication with him. Not just my prayers going into the ether, but that I was hearing his voice come back to me. So I used to pray and then I used to look with one eye like, oh, is he going to actually come in the room? And I'd be excited, I'd be scared, but nothing would really happen. And so then I'd feel a bit like I'd failed. I'd feel a bit like I'm not so connected as the other people who have these direct experiences of God coming and speaking to them. You know, I don't get, it is you, Melissa. It never happened to me. So then I felt like, well, is there something wrong with me? And then I compare myself with other people, you know, so many incredible, beautiful people, spiritually connected people on this earth. And I look at those and I celebrate what they do. And then I feel inside, oh God, I can never be like that. I'm not like that. I don't get those messages. I don't get those signs, and so on and so forth. And you know what? Doing that totally blocks that communication. Communication with the divine and with your heart, with your soul and with the whole cosmos is about having faith and having trust. And knowing that when you ask for an answer to something, when you ask your heart to be guided, that guidance will come. But that you just need to trust. So recently I've been journaling a lot again, and that's been fabulous. And what's been happening for me as I step into even more faith and trust of my connection with the divine is that I've been getting all these words coming to me. Yeah, and these like poems reconnecting from when I was a child, when I used to write a lot of poetry and I thought I would be a poet and an author and a writer and all of these amazing creative things, and somehow I shelved it. And lately it's all started to come back, and I get these words and I start to write them and I think, oh my God, I'm not thinking about these words. I'm not letting them even go around my brain. I just go bam, straight from coming in, straight onto the paper. And then the old gremlins start to come up again. And I think, oh my God, first I'm like, is this what it means to channel? Am I actually channeling here? Because I'm not thinking of these words, they're just coming to me. And then I go, oh, who am I to channel? Oh no, that's what the really, really amazing gurus of spirituality do. That's not for me. And then I notice again that, hey, I'm not trusting. I'm not trusting that I am guided, that I am connected, that I can also be used as a channel, as can all of us. Each and every one of us on this planet is a spiritual being. And by our very nature, we are connected to the divine. And by what work we choose to do in ourselves and how much we are prepared to develop our relationship with the divine depends on how much interaction we have. It's like any relationship. If you don't chat much with whoever the person is, then you don't chat much. You don't get much back from them either. But if you really work on that relationship, you spend a lot of time with them and you really get to know them, you get lots back in return. And it's the same with the divine. So what I want to ask you today is really just to question you about what your beliefs are about your own spirituality. Are you judging yourself? Are you comparing yourself to other spiritual people and somehow feeling, like I was doing, that you are less spiritual than them? I'd love to hear your thoughts about that. And if that happens to you, how do you manage it? What do you do to clear away those thoughts so that you can really stand in your own truth and develop your own connection to the divine? So to finish, I'd like to read to you one of the poems that came to me yesterday whilst I was sitting by the lake where I live. I live in India, in West Rajasthan, in Jaisalmer, in the desert land. So it's a big treat to go to the lake because there's water there, and it's really good for my soul. So this poem is called The Divine Playground. You are more than you will ever know, more than you can conceive, more than you can believe. You just have to trust. Trust in us, trust in you, trust in the moment. Trust is all. You were put on this earth for a purpose, and we want to help you realize that purpose. So let go of your chains, little one. You've held them too long. There is no need to fear. You are safe, you are loved, and you are held. So let go, dear one. Let yourself play in this game of life, in this divine playground. We are all connected. We are all one. You are part of the infinite, made of cosmic substance, love. So fear not, sweet child, and jump right in. The angels are there to catch you, to guide you from within. Listen, learn, do what is needed. We're here in your service and near in your heart. From your divine tribe, we love you. Namaste.